Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Winston. Today I'm going to talk about why Chinese people dislike Spanish. If you click this video, I know actually you know about Spanish, and maybe you just finished the Spanish video and you agree with something he said. But what I'm going to tell you is that maybe I could not change your opinion about China, and I could not change your opinion about the Chinese people, but I still can just tell you why Chinese people dislike Spain. After that, maybe it may update you understanding about Spain and what he really is. Okay, the thing is like that. Spain. Actually, there's so many Chinese people hate Spain because he just keeps saying some bad thing about China. I think this is human's nature. If you talk about some negative opinion about the ethnic group, and so many people dislike him, this very obvious, and it's also based on the humanity. But I think we are not so fair sometimes when people say something negative about us. So I want to say, actually, what Spain say about China mostly maybe it's based on something, some truth, some fact. All of the cheating and scam he experienced in China and everything he say, I could not say is fake. But the problem is that, firstly, is to which degree the negative thing is, which means how negative that is. Maybe this negative thing, the cheating and scam in the Spain's video, is real. It's real in China. It's really some dark inside of China. But what is the way the Spain presents, and his channel always keep telling this, makes people believe this negative thing could be the only one thing about China. Even Spain, he tried to say his video, okay, he say a lot of nice thing about China, but the problem is that if you have the 900 videos and most of the video is negative about China, how could you make people believe that? And especially for those people who watch your video for a long time, how could you make sure they would not believe China is very negative? This is the issue. So I want to say is that maybe Spain, the content you talking about of China is not fake, but the way you present actually is kind of nasty. This is the problem. It's too much like the BBC and the CNN. It keep telling about China and but actually the way they present, they always just give people the hint to make people believe that China is negative. And about this, actually, I think the Spain is very pitiful. Maybe he's even worse than the BBC and CNN. Why? Because the BBC and CNN, they very clearly know what is the Chinese government, what is the CCP, and what is the Chinese people. Which means the BBC and CNN, they actually never anti the Chinese. They only anti the CCP and Chinese government. But because the Spain, everything he said it is based on some very normal people's perspective, and he kept telling about something and something about the normal life of China and the normal people of China. Actually, he makes these people have really bias about Chinese people, Chinese normal people, not just Chinese government. If you watch the Spain's video, you will see most of the video he upload has nothing to do with politics. Only in the last few years, he began to touch politics. Actually, in the very early age, you remember in some video, he even say, okay, my video has nothing to do with politics. But right now, he's talking more and more about politics. So, I want to say, Spain, if you just anti the Chinese government, actually so many Chinese people still could agree with you. But when you anti the Chinese people, we anti our culture. This is very evil because culture should be fair. For China, such a country which has 1,000 years of history, if the culture is really so bad, how could people maintain their life? That's totally illogical. And everything you say that makes people have a very great bias about the Chinese culture and even be racist. And because Spain is so racist, this is the reason why even so many people from Western countries, they could not agree with Spain. So It's clear. If you criticize our government, I still can kind of agree with you. But if you criticize the people and you criticize our culture, and and especially when you present your opinion, you use such a negative way and even be shallow. This is evil, and make you be a racist. This is I really cannot agree with you, and even kind of I have to be honest, I dislike you. So and I also keep telling you one way to fix your relationship, because I believe at least everything you do is still you still have your rules and principle. You can keep criticize China, and even you can keep saying something negative about China. It's fine, because we all have our freedom to say to speak everything we believe. We cannot stop everything talk. We cannot stop people talking. But the problem is that we all have to always care about the way we present, because when we present the information, the way and the content is same important. You have a better way to fix the relationship with ethnic group, Chinese ethnic group. This number one rule is speaking their language. You have a Chinese wife. You keep saying stay in China for 14 years, and you have a Chinese wife, and even keep telling people that you are very good at Chinese. You can read Chinese. You keep saying that, but I never heard you say even just a whole sentence of Chinese. And I also be told that you are actually very bad at Chinese. And every time when I listen you speak Chinese, I'm sure that you you are not sophisticated at this language. If you are not, you keep staying in China for such a long time, how could you keep such a low level of Chinese? How could you do that? Maybe the reason why you have such bias is because of you always isolated with Chinese. Even you stay in China, you just stay in this place and you never really know about our culture. Maybe that's the problem. And this is the reason why you don't speak Chinese. And this is the reason why you don't accept people's opinion. Because you try to hide yourself. The real Spain, maybe he is not good at Chinese and he doesn't know about China. Even he stayed in China for more than 14 years. Okay, this is my opinion. The Spain, he stayed in China for more than 10 years. He may say something, but the problem is that very beautiful. Maybe he's kind of shallow. So maybe I'm shallow. But please use wisdom and suspect anything. And the value of my video is that when you say the Spains, you can always find someone who disagree with and even criticize him. And then you will always find the balance to know about the truth. Okay, bye. See you next time.